Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming back. We're in the lobby to get this next game put together. But before we get the next game started, I wanted to talk for just a moment about a couple of the awesome people that sponsor this event. This event that you're watching is sponsored by LoLPro, Curse, CM Storm, and I'm seeing a little LoL Nexus logo up there on the screen now. Hey,
Yeah,
I have something different to talk about now, too. LoLPro, as you guys know, great place for guides, free week champions. Go to LoLPro. That'll tell you exactly where to get started. And if you want to see what pro players think, well, there's a pro guide section for that as well. Also, if you want to author your own guides, there's a user guide section of the site where you can write your own and share your builds with the rest of the world. We talked about LoLPro a moment ago. I want to take this particular moment to talk about Cooler Master. If you guys go to www.coolermaster-usa.com, you guys can go to their website, see all of the products and good things that they produce, and I'm going to show you what my favorite thing is about their website. Cooler Master's main page, right here. I'm sure someone will put a link down there in the Twitch chat for you guys to go check out. If you guys are buying some new hardware, this is the place to go, because look how easy this site is to navigate. You go over here, you click the products section, and just mouse over. It's mouse over menus. You don't have to click through a bunch of different pages and links. You don't have to wait for different pages to load. You don't have to scroll down through a huge list of things. It has all these little links here on the front page, and it's all little mouse over menus. That's all you have to worry about. You don't have to go anywhere. It's great. I love websites that do this. Hopefully you guys do too, because it's simpler. It's easier. And I wanted to plug a couple of things. The keyboard that I use. Well, that's great going to the lobby. We didn't get a ready check. Man.
I told them that they can go when you're done talking, but
they didn't listen. You can't interrupt the sponsor plug, guys. I'm sorry. I wanted to plug the keyboard that I use. I use the CM Storm Quickfire, and I have black switches in mine. I had to buy the switches because it comes with blues, reds, browns, or greens. But I started with blues, and then I bought blacks and changed them out myself later because I'm insane like that. So I really like that switch type. But if you want to find a keyboard that fits your needs, you can just mouse over these as well. And you can see it just changes the stat display for it, and all you have to do is mouse through it. You can click through to the different accessories as well. It's all navigatable just by mousing over things. You don't have to click and wait for things to load. And if you want to get a case like mine, I use the Elite 431 Plus. This is my case that I'm currently using in the command center computer that I stream for. You guys can get yourself a case here. You guys can get power supplies here, mice, keyboards, headsets, all those good things. But it all starts by going to coolermaster-usa.com. And now we'll catch up to the players who are way ahead of us.
All right, so I got you, bro. Sofanda Cox is going to be there on your left. Amputease from the Dominates Mini community going to be there on your right.
Man, let me change those out.
Yep. Chat bands. Oriana, a.k.a. Zanbot, apparently. Nidalee Maokai Kazakhs. So if you need me to repeat those, no worries. Looking at some of these bans, so again, a lot of repeats. Nidalee has been banned out a majority of our games. Did get one play. Same with Maokai. It's been a pretty strong ban thus far. Had one play there. Kazakhs is 100%. And?
There we go.
You got them
on the screen for you now, yeah. Cool. Ori, Nid, Mao, Kazakhs.
Yeah, I can't have the stream up. Destroys my internet.
That's okay. Don't hurt your internet. You need it later.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
You can't play League of Legends or visit LoLPro without internet.
True.
It doesn't work. You can't get yourself a case from Cooler Master without the internet.
So, on that note, Kassadin is maintaining a 100% ban. Wukong, I think Wukong has actually been 100. Yep, 100% for Wukong. Zyra is in there as well. Kale and Jace. So Kale and Oriana are the new ones this round.
Kale is I want you to always think about Kale this way, guys. I want you to think about Urgot a certain way, too. Urgot is a melee champion. His range is so low. I got a lot better at him when I just thought melee. If I look like I'm in melee range, I can shoot him. That's a great way to think about him. Kale, great way to think about Kale is a ranged AD carry that can hit everyone on the team. If you want Avaris, late game, you know, he does a lot of damage, right? But imagine if that hit everyone on the team. Kale does that. She hits everybody.
Hurricane.
It's brutal.
Yeah,
You know what happened if you got a Runans on Kale? Does that work in her ranged form? What does that even do? Holy cow.
It does actually apply triple AoE. Believe it or not. Everybody that gets hit does the Righteous Fire AoE.
Oh, dear.
Well, at least it used to. I'm fairly sure it still does. But anyways.
Guys, everybody
yeah.
play that right now. I need to see that. That's
so those
amazing.
are your bans. You got all the bans there on screen thanks to the chat.
It's a great reason to ban Kale.
Rammus, we see a Rammus. This is our first new in a while. Or at least the first time we've seen Rammus that hasn't been a ban.
Yes.
So, Rammus, is it more behind the back capping, or is it more it's a tanky taunt that you just can't get rid of?
Yeah, for anyone that was missing, that just came into the chat recently, to the stream, we were talking a little bit about Rammus earlier and his strengths and weaknesses. Rammus, old school Rammus, like 2011 Rammus, used to be a very aggressive back cap hero, where he would play the backfield, he would threaten a tower, and then when someone came to respond to it, he would turn around, throw down a taunt on them, one of his allies would come down from the top, so they'd just sandwich that guy in between Rammus who was back capping, and a person that came down from top, and they would kill that guy, Rammus would turn around the point, and that other player would return to top. And they would just do play like that. Rammus, currently, people have really learned how to respond to back cap play, largely in part because Pooters perfected that strategy so much. He just ran it to such an insane level that a strat, an anti-strat had to be developed, which is called, you know, the anti-Pooters, or anti-Pootering, and back capping has been referred to as Pootering, because Pooters made it really popular.
Bad Pooters.
He's the best at it. I mean, that guy thought back capping through to such a point that it was so refined and it was ridiculous. But because it has trained the community so much, we're not as susceptible to back capping Rammus anymore. It's still definitely something that can happen, but in competitive play, it's more likely that we're going to see Rammus just played up as a straight-up tank. He's going to go in, he's going to pick fights, he's going to throw down the taunt. Puncturing taunt works great with any melee characters. They have a Pantheon on their team, so that's going to be pretty brutal. Get that going. Once Pantheon gets a little bit of pen, that's a nice chunk of damage. Long duration on that taunt, has an AoE airborne. The downside is Rammus needs direct line of effect, which means he is defeated by careful positioning. However, if you have a really skirmish-heavy team that's going to be active moving around on the map, and you don't get into a lot of direct 4v4s, then that's where Rammus excels the most in catching people and pulling them out. He can't do it when they're clustered up behind their allies, but if you catch people around the map, Rammus is a nightmare.
So Rammus with Janna. We got a LeBlanc in there as well. Good mobility, good high burst. As you said, the Pantheon has been shown pretty good. I mean, last game was very definitive that Pantheon can still carry. And then a Cassiopeia on top of that. So that means that Sofanda Cox, the Amputease on the right-hand side, looking at them, Metal Fenrir, is going to go with the Brand. So, again, we see the Brand Jarvan combo. Worked out well enough last game. Why not? Vi is, I think, continuing her 100% picker ban. Yeah, 100% picker ban. One game we didn't have Vi because she was banned. But she has been basically, you know, a really big force to reckon with in a lot of these games. And that leaves us with Annie. So there's, what do you call it, brick oven, toaster oven? Something.
Oh, yeah, it's... Oh, man, we need to talk about that comp, guys.
Plus the Sejuani.
Oh, man.
So that's a lot of AoE lockdown into a lot of AoE fire.
This is a comp that I said the name as a joke and it stuck, so now we have to live with it. But
thank you, Gandair.
Yeah, man, you're welcome. Any time that I can accidentally make a comp. Normally casters don't make comps, but Jarvan has Cataclysm. Cataclysm spawns terrain in a round circle. Annie and Brand both have fire. So this is the way the brick oven comps. Step 1, load enemy team into the oven, bake enemy team to 400 degrees for a few seconds, and then remove from heat. And then cool as necessary. That's how it works.
That's why Sejuani is there.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta cool them off.
Nice comp. It's a nice comp.
Yeah, it's great. It's just that intense lockdown with that intense AoE, because when you look at the AoE damage these guys have, you have Pillar, Pyroclasm, Conflag, Incinerate, and Tibbers. That's intense.
Yep.
You can make it crazier. You can preheat the oven if you get a Sunfire Cape on J4.
I love the analogy, man.
That pun fell flatter than the new champ.
Yeah, it would, but it's a little extra spice on top of the salad. So.
Yep.
Bottom lane.
It's a great comp, though, is the point I was trying to get at. It's really good. Works with a lot of AoE champs. Vigor also, other ones. Cass.
Amputease. Who would you throw bottom? Because a lot of people in chat were
Noob
saying...
V3.
Sejuani, yeah.
Yeah, Noob V3 is their bottom laner. Nyx87 is the bottom laner on Sofanda.
Okay.
So that's who we'll be seeing down there, unless they do change it up on me at the last minute. But the rest of the guys don't really play bottom lane, so that's what we'll see.
And that's the competitive knowledge that Gandair has fostered over the years.
Mm-hmm.
All I ask, man, is that you just make some better informational screens. Like, Comic Sans,
are you talking about? It's outdated, so I didn't want to bust it out. But
do you actually have it like on cue?
Oh yeah, I have a couple of them. Like, I have the revive sheet is right there. It's not even Comic Sans. It's a font called Playtime with Hot Toddies.
That's even worse.
It's not Comic Sans though. You can make fun of the font, just don't confuse it with Comic Sans.
Oh,
but
man.
yeah, I have I didn't get a chance to update the info sheets the way that I wanted to, just because I was really busy. I mean, I cast 1v1 last week, which was an awesome event. There were some great games in it, and then I worked all week this week, so I haven't had time to put them up. But there's just a little because I mean, this needs to be updated because Sweeper and Lantern have different cooldowns now. The Noxious Traps is different. Nidalee Bushwhack has changed with a patch. Things like that. I mean, the top band depiction is still pretty accurate. You know, I mean, I'd replace Lulu with Zyra these days, but hey, you know, a little bit of information. It's
Tell
a little
that
bit.
is a mic.
Yeah, it's a little bit outdated. You want to counterban it against certain players. Lisik, Infeed, Alia, and Zamike are really good Lulu players.
Yep. And
an average Lulu, it's not going to run the show. A good Lulu will run the show. Guaranteed, man. It's in the right hands, she's a disaster.
Alright, so find your button there, sir.
Got it. I'm going to go ahead and introduce these two teams for you. This is going to be Sofanda Cox versus Amputease. Sofanda Cox's team, we have Ipu Unicorns playing as Rammus, Alia playing as Janna, Generic playing as LeBlanc, Armor playing as Pantheon, and Nyx87 playing as Cassiopeia. On the other team, Amputease, Metal Fenrir playing as Brand, Strogan McHawk playing as Jarvan IV, Science playing as Vi, Dual Power playing as Annie, and Noob V3 playing as Sejuani. Last week, Amputease took second place in the Dominate Dominion tournament, so it's nice to see them coming out here. It was the first time I'd see them in the finals in a while, so they've been playing particularly well recently, so hopefully they put up a good show for us. I'm one half of your commentators. I am Gandair, and casting with me is...
the Amused Jester. Yeah, it's like so many funny moments been going on through here between the games, the chats, the commentary. I love the brick oven. It's a really cool analogy, I think. And I'm just looking at these guys since I have nothing else to do at this waiting screen. But you know,
why does he have an ant?
Hmm?
I can't unsee the ant on Jarvan.
No, there's an ant.
Yeah, look at the symbol on him. It's an ant.
If you say so. I didn't.
Someone show FourCourt a picture of an ant.
No, it's fine.
He doesn't know what an ant looks like.
I'd rather watch League of Legends if it's all the same to you, sir. But we do have the return of the 10 revive. So no Daredevil Teemos this round, but do have the 10 revive. And again, one team on one person taking Clairvoyance. So of our 5 games, we have had one person always with Clairvoyance. I think that's a pretty good streak, and it says a lot about the spell. Might have fallen out for Summoner's Rift, but definitely has a home on Dominion.
Yes, there are no wards here, so we have to rely on a lot of different ways to get vision, and as you saw with that, briefly with that vision image that needs to be updated, CV is one of the most popular ones, along with the Grez's Lantern and Hextech Sweeper. With recent changes to Grez's Lantern and Hextech Sweeper, we use them a little bit less than we used to, so we're probably going to start seeing more Clairvoyances. Also, one thing that I'm really excited is that Alia is playing. Now, Alia typically works on weekends. He's one of the better support players in the Dominion community, but he doesn't get to compete very often because of his availability. But he took time off this weekend to be able to come out here and play in the LoLPro Dominion Showdown #2. It's really nice to see all the members of the Dominion community stepping up to play this weekend that normally don't play because they have to work. I know more than a few people have taken days off to come out and play this weekend. So thank you all players for coming and showing up. It's gonna be it's been a good event so far, man. You guys have been really representing. Both teams heading off towards the top part of the map, and we got a double ruby crystal opening on Rammus. Those get converted into really cool things later. Gives them a nice boost to health at the beginning of the game.
Rammus is also the one to take the factory. I would have expected him to make it all the way up here with the Powerball. But there's the Powerball now coming through. Does not look like he'll land anything on it. But the 8v8 will commence at this top as the bottom lanes are just going to basically go at it. Noob actually going to be chasing off Nyx, however slight at this early game. And very much expect to see the typical long, drawn-out slugfest for the top.
And Pantheon and Science have a little bit of exchange. Strogan J4's through the wall. And great pillar, great combo from Brandon Annie to open up this fight. Health plummeting on Sofanda's team.
Yeah, that was pretty much the pseudo brick oven that you were talking about. Now we are going to get the double here for Pantheon, but he will just drop to it. Now all the revives are going to kick in, and everyone's going to come back up here. We should have the interrupt ready to go, but it's going to be close.
Yeah, that was Sofanda roasting on open fire to start off this fight at the windmill. Unicorns with the taunt on Strogan, and they're going to put a little bit of hurt on Generic in the process. Generic stunned. Is he going to be able to get out? No, unfortunately he is going to be shut down. And Amputease is going to take control of the windmill.
2 up, 2 down for Generic, 0-2 for him. And a little bit of interference play being done here in the jungle, just keeping them away from that point. But I'm not sure Strogan McHawk can actually take that level of damage quite yet. He does back off into the hands of Metal Fenrir and Dual Power. Bottom lane has actually not dropped First Blood. 2 of our 5 games, we have actually had our First Bloods in the bot. But it seems to be a lot more even this round.
Ooh, Rammus wanted to deliver that puncturing taunt on Vi, but couldn't quite get to her in time. She just barely had gotten away.
So 463 and dropping to 492. Again, like you were saying, if you don't want to lose, don't bunch up at the windmill. And that's exactly what the Amputease is doing. They're controlling more towards the middle, more towards the pathways up to the point. And that could be a kill on Strogan.
Oh, it's going to be iffy. Strogan is alive still. Dashes through to the other side. Armor is going to pick him off. It looks like, yes, just barely going to pick up that killing blow against him. Armor caught on the wrong side of the fight there. There are a lot of minions up at the top that could potentially neutral that. Tibbers got snared. Tibbers taking it for the team.
Yeah, I saw that a little bit unfortunate. Nyx in the bottom up against Noob. It's going to be a slugfest down to the wire, but the
double kill.
Exchange the 1-for-1, and for some reason... Yeah, okay, no, never mind. Pantheon, I guess, was just trying to do his own Pooters impression. Knew he wasn't going to make it through the night, so he will at least draw their attention.
Ooh, Science getting picked off there. Generic showing up just in time to... Oh, armor. Oh, the escape! The escape! He went to windmill. He's getting neutral windmill. Man. Oh, that play was too powerful.
And that was quite the bait for Metal Fender. He drops. Now it's going to be a 3v2 here down by the movement accelerator. Generic is going to be on his way out. Ipu Unicorns, which is a terrible name, is going to actually be on his way out. Turtle soup for dinner there. But, hey, that Pantheon play paid off in spades.
They got the tower, too. They managed to capture windmill from that escape. That's a whole new level of back capping. That's like front capping. I don't even know what that is.
That was next level capping. Now, we do have a good minion wave off there that Aaliyah has to deal with, but good shields coming the way of Miss Janna, keeping this Jarvan alive. Takes home the kill as well. That's going to be another trade out, but top has now been firmly back to the red.
J4 and Annie's presence. J4 meaning Jarvan the Fourth, for anyone not familiar with the abbreviation. We say that for short. He and Annie's presence over by the refinery meant they were not able to push out and interrupt Vi. Noob V3 suffered... Well, everything bad happened to him at once. Dual Power is going to come down here to try and bail him out, and not going to be able to do so, unfortunately.
The power of the duels. Annie right now sitting at 107. In fact, the only person left with her revive up. But, ooh, Nyx, bad place, bad time, boar beats snake.
And Science getting low on health is trying to retreat down through the bottom. Is Armor going to be able to take care of this? Is Alia going to be able to take care of this? Throws down the Zephyr. No. Can't quite get the Howling Gale rolling in time.
And a nice combo from the LeBlanc as well as the Rammus to take down Brand. So that's going to be LeBlanc going up to the top. Rammus is going to try to play interference, but Noob and Nyx doing very close to the point. Kind of got to be a little worried now for Nyx.
Yeah, Nyx's tower getting a little bit low on health there. Thankfully, the wave clears. Oh, the Glacial Prison was thrown away. Petrifying Gaze connects. I think Nyx has this fight in the bag down here.
And speaking of in the bag, Strogan going to be out for the count. That's going to be a Monsoon, just very slight on the healing. It was more for the knockback. Didn't quite knock back as far as they wanted. That should be a cleanup. Tibbers is already out. Science is nothing up her sleeve either. But Leah is going to drop for it as well.
Man, Generic got a lot of auto attacks in there.
Yeah,
He's waiting on cooldowns, though. Didn't really get the ones that he needed.
And he actually took both of those with Tibbers.
It's very important to get your auto attacks in as an AP caster.
That. Yeah.
Never underestimate Tibbers, man. Tibbers is real. He's a bear.
I totally did not expect a double for Annie, let alone them both walking out of that one. But as you said, Brick Oven, it's a comp, man.
Ooh, dual power, barely able to escape. Good pyroclasm bounces there. Strogan showing up. This could be bad.
Yep, Strogan is going to try his 1-on-3, but here comes Science. Generic in the back. That's going to be the clone. The IPU Unicorns and Nyx find the boar in the bot. Should be okay, but you never know. IPU Unicorns having a heck of a time getting there.
Unicorns and Noob V3. This would actually be the slowest fight in the game.
Yeah,
if these two fight each other.
But Cass is taking the point.
And Noob V3 trying to get back to get Cassiopeia. Not quite able to do so. Is able to temporarily stop it.
Yeah. And that could have been a misplay on Nyx's part.
Well, there's a lot of minions here. Nope, Brand's got the pillar going. Yeah, they may have been able to get that if it would have stayed on for the capture.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe had a bit more of a chance doing that. Nice tornado, going to hit all three of them. Unicorns are going to drop. Noob V3 going to go through the poison, but should be tanky enough to survive for now. Point is still neutral as Pantheon is taken top.
And Armor, well, yeah, Armor. If you don't let Armor in through the front door, he'll come through the side. Oh, that petrifying gaze! Did you see where he stopped J4?
Brent. Oh, man.
Oh, man, full lance extension. You're not going to see that again for a while.
The Blaze. The Blaze. Nyx actually going to walk out of this one. Gets himself the health relic. We got Vi and Pantheon dueling up top, but it's all about Noob trying to take home the snake. Not looking good. That initial burst from Amputease, it's kind of been put on its head.
Ooh, Science has the Storm Shield. Armor might still be able to pick him off. No, unfortunately, did not get his cooldowns up as quickly as he wanted. He was looking for a stun spear combo to take down Science, I think. Didn't quite get it, though.
Going to be too hard for him to kind of.
And Unicorns wants a tower. He's not going to go for Science.
Yeah. No. That's the correct move. You need the tower.
Yeah. I mean, he could have dove through for Science. Science could have stopped him. Generic might have gotten interrupted by someone else. Just, no, make the safe play. Win the game. Generic got airborne. Generic, whoa. Generic just quit. He's like, nope, bye.
He's.
Yeah, those were good distortions from him.
There was a bit of a duel in the bot.
Oh, Pantheon coming down. And drops right down in the bushes. There was a CV there also, which kind of gave it away just a little bit. Airborne from Alia. Unicorns hanging around taking lots of damage. Had Tremors active, got a little bit in there in the process, but they keep getting the windmill, but they keep having their windmill cut off from them.
I kind of expected that to go better for Sofanda Cox. Oh, Strogan McHawk playing that interference throw up against Alia. Alia with the tornado throws him up, but no real follow-up. There's the Monsoon. But point should go back here to Amputease.
They should be able to pick it up okay. Generic, oh, LeBlanc doesn't actually have hit points. She has a green bar there that's just for show.
I really got to re-estimate my Vi worth here because she is doing so well right now. 418 has been 100% picks and bans. And in terms of the item build, it's all damage, I assume. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, Vi is a champion that does a lot of damage. Able to pick up a kill against Janna there. And health finally getting a little bit low. Did a lot of damage to armor in the process. Oh, Metal Fenrir.
No, didn't throw it. Doesn't have it.
Oh, it doesn't have it. Yeah, I was going to say, where's the Pyroclasm? No, he's had a few seconds to wait on it. Noob V3 at the bottom lane. His tower is getting a little weak.
Yeah, it's
Annie
very
coming in
different.
from the back, finds Unicorns hanging out just in the fog of war. Like, hey, Ramus, what are you doing here? Oh, there's the DFG is out. Oh, the petrified gaze! The petrifying gaze! 2 people stunned. But Sejuani coming in from the back, Bran with the fire. Cassiopeia had a thought, and then she didn't have anything after that.
Turtles and snakes for dinner.
Yeah, they're not very friendly.
Good barbecue there. That was quite the turnaround, but yeah, Tibbers, big burst right there. 8-0-11 on Annie. Still no deaths. Still has her revived.
Man, Dual Power has been rocking it this game. Oh, Glacial Prison, but that's a defensive Glacial Prison, I think.
Yeah,
It does have the Pyroclasm now, but...
Armor's an armor buster at this point. Aaliyah has to deal with Strogan Mahawk up top, but Science and Generic not going the way of Science whatsoever, as Generic is able to take him through the Assault and Battery.
Now, up here, Strogan can kill both of them. As long as they can stay at range and delay, it will be okay.
Unicorns coming out big there at the end, just stuck right on top of that snake, but Brand with the double from it.
You can't make this play, Strogan. So what Strogan's doing here is he's going for the refinery capture when he knows people are dead or have recalled.
Yep.
And you can't get a point there. There's physically not enough time.
It's just a distraction tactic.
Yeah. But unfortunately, he's taking a lot of damage in the process.
Well, if he can keep him here, that would give a lot of time for Vi to get the top point.
Yes, that is the idea.
Annie is also grabbing bottom, so there's a lot of split focus that the Sofanda Cox have to deal with right now. But because they do have the top 2 points...
Oh, he had his revive. That was actually really safe.
Yeah,
Never mind.
and the revive.
Yeah, so he comes back with more health now.
Yeah. Fortunately, Strogan's play just didn't merit anything in the end.
No, I mean, it worked out okay because he didn't really cost his team anything since he had his revive. Unfortunately, his revive is down. Is there a cow in that tornado? I'm sorry, that was like really random.
Oh, yeah, because it's like a twist.
The Howling Gale. Yeah, okay. I thought I was losing my mind for a second. Armor, tagged with a stun, gets a free trip back to the summoner platform.
Yeah, but Aaliyah was able to... Leah was able to actually help grab the kill on top of the Vi. If you actually notice, she also throws happy clouds at people.
Yes. They're so friendly.
Yeah, it's a pretty interesting skin. Strogan, not entirely too sure what he was trying to accomplish there, but that's going to be the jump on Generic. Generic does drop Unicorns on top of Fenrir, but looks like Strogan's play actually ended up, splitting up the forces really good. Takes out Generic, looks for the second on top of Unicorn. Aaliyah is going to be low hit points as well.
Ooh, that Monsoon. Nice. Good job, Aaliyah. Very good Monsoon placement. Tags him right into the corner of that. Fenrir's health is dangerously cheesy. Aaliyah is deceased.
Yep. R.I.P. Janna.
Uh-oh, Pantheon. Pantheon.
Does he have a man drop? He does have a man drop.
Yep, Metal Fenrir gets taken down, turns his attention over to Strogan, gets a double kill against Strogan, exhausted. Unfortunately, I don't think he's going to be able to get more out of that.
Yeah, one more spear onto Science. Generic might have been able to take home the kill, but Duel of Power doesn't have the Annie, but still has a lot of burst potential under her belt. Doesn't really respond to anything because of the taunt, and Generic is able to actually survive through that one.
Hey, Nyx doing a good job in the bottom lane. Has control over that tower.
Yeah, early game it was very other way. Noob was really pushing up against Nyx, but Nyx over time found a way to deal with it.
Nyx had encountered Jarvan and actually puts about a third of his health down while retreating, which is pretty good.
Big Spartan.
Cassiopeia with that range.
Spartans kill. That's what they do.
Spartans
One more
beat
spear.
J4. Ooh, got him. Good job, Armor. Getting close enough. Everybody's down here. And you can see Unicorn's Ramus taking advantage of that over at the drill, backcapping while they're dedicated to getting this tower. Armor barely alive. Science just looking for one more punch, takes him down. And then Generic just turned Annie into nuclear waste.
Yeah, I saw the Tibbers explode, but more importantly, Armor brought out the Tibbers. Like, that wasn't an AoE stun whatsoever. That was purely for Armor.
Man, that was brutal. Now going up for Fenrir, gets him tagged with Ethereal Chains. Actually does get the second proc. Doesn't quite get out of range of that. Unicorns has to retreat to that. When they sent 5 people down their bottom, Unicorns was able to just come up here, pick up the drill, no problem. Oh, the mirror image. Strogan fell for it. He's going to dash through over to Unicorns. Generic can kill dual power here, but it's maximum scare.
Bottom lane, it's Nyx and Aaliyah up against Science. Science is going for the auto attacks. It's just not enough to burst through that shield from Janna, and now they are going to interrupt this last point. We don't have a point on the board, and there we go. Finally a cap for the Amputease, but it is not going their way anymore.
Yeah, Amputease had a really good early game. Sofanda's starting to bring it back for real in the late game.
I gotta point this out. 18-8 on this Spartan. 2 games in a row. We are seeing Spartans represent the Rift.
More kills than minutes in the game. It's how you do it.
Well, yeah, it's a good way to. Yeah, very good way to put it. Man, Unicorn was so close to grabbing that buy, but no dice in the end of it.
I think the record for damage on a Pantheon in a tournament environment is like 83k on Sauron Pantheon. Armor might be going for that record though.
I don't know. 18 kills. Ezreal alone had more than that in game 1 of our previous.
Good interrupt. Generic. Whip a little auto attack zap. Gonna do it.
18-8-4. Spartan coming up big with another kill. Actually,
19-8-4.
Look at that damage build. Like pure penetration. It's all penetration.
Yeah, you stack that pen. The Hex Drinker is really useful.
Yeah. Well, for a team like this with 3 AP, 4 AP possibly.
Oh yeah, definitely want that extra health.
Is it 3 AP or 4? 1, 2, 3.
3.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if we were seeing some kind of.
Nice job. Nick's able to one-on-one J4 down the bottom lane. Noob V3 can come down and clean that up pretty easily. But good job, Nick's taking out Jarvan.
So 275 to 69, 3 points, 4 points. At one point, it was a 4-0 cap rate. And
the
Sofanda
Glacial
Cox.
Prison misses down the bottom lane. The Petrifying Gaze lands. Nick's 87. Is he going to pick up the kill on Noob as well? Generic, don't do it. Generic, oh, Nick's had that. Generic, why? Generic.
Either way, Sofanda Cox is looking real good here to take game 1.
He one-on-one J4, and then he one-on-one Sejuani.
J4's been watching Fancy Wolf, what can I say?
Oh!
Monsoon in the top from Ilia. Just delay tactics at this point. Here comes the rest of the team, but they are going to be intercepted by Strogan McCock. Fenrir does not land any damage. Does go down to LeBlanc. Science is going to get destroyed in the back as well, but Armor is the target. Dual Power just can't bring it out. Has no Tibbers.
That Mimic Chains! The Mimic Chains! Pantheon picking up a double kill, and Generic able to clean up J4. How are they going to split that up? It looks like they're going to send Unicorns over to the Drill. They're going to send Jan up to the top. So they are going to get the neutral on the Drill, just barely though, and the top is going to be taken under their control. Look at that, neutral and back. That's what you do. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody watching, that's how you play Dominion right there. Don't go for the full cap. Neutral and back, that's the safe play. You don't get killed doing that. Just neutral and recall, because they have to stop to recapture it. And people will get greedy and all want to recapture it for that 75 gold, instead of having just one person recapture and go top with everybody else. Just remember that. Oh, the Glacial Prison. Nyx is over. Nyx 87's Cassiopeia has encountered an error and needs to close.
That's not going to be an equalizer. I kind of expect a little bit more to that. Armor goes 2-on-1 in the top, gets exhausted immediately. Does not matter. Generic there to help him clean it up. And now Strogan McCock's spear between his legs there. Running for all of his life. It's going to be enough with the Dragon Flame.
Wow, Pantheon picks up another one. 23 kills on Pantheon.
Yep.
Armor is unstoppable.
As a quick note, I love Fancy Wolf. I'm just poking fun at him. You guys shouldn't take that commentary seriously.
Yeah, we like Fancy Wolf a lot. He's one of our friends. We played Dominion with him. But he just had a really bad game recently where he got 0 kills and 14 assists and like 8 deaths.
Yep. It was pretty funny. Armor going, laughing right there in Metal Fenrir's face. Another kill his way, 24-8 now. Could come back here for Strogan. Noob's in that as well. There's the oven setup, but unfortunately no fire under it. Double kill, 268-0, and so Sofanda Cox takes game 1.
25 kill Pantheon. I need to see damage done. It's a requirement.
25-8-6, item build of Cleaver, Last Whisper, Hex Drinker, had Mercury Treads for the Tenacity Magic Resist, Prospector's Blade from level 1, and a Pickaxe on top of it. So,
okay.
25-8-6. In terms of cash, 11 grand. Pretty awesome stuff.
Nope, not gonna get near the Sauron record today.
How much?
He has 45.6k.
Nowhere even near.
Yeah.
Still,
but hey,
run.
Did a really good job.
Indeed.
Some of that damage was Generic softening people up beforehand, though. So, if you took some damage off Generic, you could get Pantheon over 50k. But man, that's a really solid showing. That's how you know you did well in a game of Dominion. If you're approaching 50k damage, if you're like 45 to 50k at 20 to 22 minute game, it's good. Did a good job.
I'd say. All right, so quick break. Game number 2 going to be coming your way in moments, ladies and gentlemen. Place your bets. Sofanda Cox and Amputease, second place from last week's DD. Who's going to take it?
And we'll be right back in just a moment and find out the answer to that question.